everyone, Allegra Miller here to share with you the Astro-Alchemy for Easter Sunday, April 4th and April 5th, 2021. I will be speaking about the astrological aspects and the essential oils to make the most of these energies. For simplicity's sake, I have divided the oils, the top 3 oils I will be speaking about, in 2 categories. Top 3 of the basic category for those of you that may be just getting started with oils. I've chosen doterra frankincense, peppermint, and wild orange. And in the specialty category, doterra slim and sassy, DDR prime, and peace. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Do keep in mind there is a big difference with the brand doterra in terms of chemistry and caliber for not only the purposes that I'm referencing here, but much more. So if you don't yet have doterra, please reach out. I'd love to support you in getting started. I have been using, teaching about, and selling doterra for over 7 years and truly love helping people to incorporate these amazing products into their lifestyles. Also keep in mind that not only do I sell doterra, I also offer naturopathic consultations, bodywork, and life coaching sessions that help bring the oils and supplements and quantum tools that are specific to your unique needs into a deeper dive so that there's accountability, etc. And it will just help take things to the next level. So keep all that in mind. In the meantime, thank you so much for tuning in. Interestingly enough, the half moon in Capricorn, I spoke about Capricorn being under the influence of a Capricorn moon transit in the last video. We're still under that influence today in the morning of Easter. At 6:08, the half moon happened exactly, and what that means is it's the exact midway point between the full moon and the new moon. This is traditionally correlated with fertility and topics of death and rebirth, regeneration. So interestingly that it's happening right on Easter Sunday when all these topics are in the ether space for sure, with the story of Jesus's journey. Anyway, this is a good time for release ritual. This is that kind of last hiccup before we set our new moon intentions. When I say hiccup, it just, not in a bad way, just to let go of anything that's needs to be released or wanting to be released. It's a good time to write that out, burn it, get at least mental clarity around it to let it go. With that in mind, I did choose DDR prime. DDR prime is a phenomenal blend when it comes to literally helping the cells in their journey, whether it is birth, death, whatever. It helps to let the cells, it's like a Control-Alt-Delete in our expression. It helps to move along the cells that are no longer in our service, help with the birthing of new, and helps to make sure that all the language of the genetics is communicated most accurately. I hope that made sense what I just said. But anyway, it's got things like frankincense in it, which is very good for clearing negativity and clearing discordant energies, one of the holiest oils. It's got wild orange, which is one of my main oils I chose, which is a good mood elevator. Clove, which is really good for cutting off things that no longer serve you, cutting off people, places, things, thought patterns. Thyme, which is really good for emotional release and pulling things up to the surface that need to be released. It has lemongrass, which is very good for clearing also. Melaleuca, I won't go through the whole list, but it's got a lot of good things for clearing, resetting, and moving on. So perfect for half moon energy. The moon in Capricorn squares Venus at 1039. This can increase our need for love and affection it could make us feel sad and lonely, especially with Easter Sunday being full of memories of perhaps, well, people, places, things, situations that are no longer here anymore. So with that in mind, I did choose peace will be helpful with that. Peace is topical, aromatic only. I love peace right on the front and back of my heart. When the moon squares Venus, it can also bring up potentially a desire to self-medicate or be impulsive about things. And so with that in mind, I chose Slim and Sassy today. Slim and Sassy, I would take this internally, also put it in the diffuser. Slim and Sassy is brilliant at literally pushing the toxins out of the fat cells. And it helps curb our appetite, not only for overindulgent eating, but overindulgent things, you know, sex, drugs, thought patterns, technology, whatever your flavor of indulgence is. But Slim and Sassy is just an overall good mood elevator too. And what I love about it is it really helps to be an emotional balm and help us feel our feelings so that we can navigate most effectively. Like, I'm a Cancerian, so I'm more feeling oriented, emotions oriented. And for me to learn to utilize my emotions as navigational tools, Slim and Sassy has been a very powerful teacher in that way. All right, the moon in Capricorn, Eastern night, sextiles Neptune and Pisces at 5:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This will heighten our emotions and intuition. Great time for creative pursuits, artistic endeavors, lucid dreaming, spiritual activities like meditation, being in nature, that kind of thing. All right, and that's all for Easter Sunday. On Monday, April 5th at 3:03 in the morning, the moon in Capricorn is conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. And this rules domestic things. These are topics that are major, so domestic things, whether it's starting a family, becoming a grandparent, children leaving home, which makes very much, it'll go hand in hand with people potentially leaving from family connections at this Easter time. But these, just this rules domestic energy and will help us orient ourselves to our priorities relative to the domestic front and what new moon intentions we are creeping into in terms of we're being 1 week out from the new moon. At 9:09 a.m. the moon goes into Aquarius. Aquarius is a fixed air sign ruled traditionally by Saturn and in modern astrology ruled by Uranus. When the moon transits Aquarius, we can definitely be more likely to enjoy intellectual stimulation, bigger picture thinking, whether it's viewpoints or projects, thoughts about humanity as a whole, so this much greater context of our why, and great time for social networking, amping up your technology skills, much less emoting under the influence of an Aquarian moon. So Aquarius tends to be kind of distant, less likely to show emotions. So on one front, that can be a good thing. And then in the moon in Aquarius is sextile Mercury in Aries at 2:24 p.m. on Monday, Eastern Standard Time. This can make us more talkative, more likely to share our feelings and be receptive to other people sharing their feelings, much likely to think bigger picture thoughts. Again, with that Aquarian energy, these are looking things more at from a holistic framework and the bigger sense of self with a big S. So let's see, of oils I have not yet talked about, wild orange and peppermint in combination are a great combination for potentially our social gatherings on Easter and on Monday with everything that I mentioned. I mean, there's really never not a good time for peppermint and wild orange. Part of the reason is that the two in combination creates synergy when it comes to taking the body out of fight or flight. And for a variety of reasons, from getting stuck in intense traffic or whatever the case may be, people tend to get stuck in a fight or flight response. And so these two are really helpful at balancing the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. So how do you do that? You do 1 drop of wild orange on the palm of your hand, and then 1 drop of peppermint. Rub your hands together without touching your eyes. And if you are going to be in direct sunlight, don't touch your face at all, but cup that over your nose and mouth and take some deep breaths in, as deep as you can through your nose and mouth without touching your eyes. I say don't touch your eyes because the peppermint is very strong. And I would take those breaths in like at least 5. That's really powerful. And the same thing, putting it on the bottom of the feet is a great place. Wild orange, high in terpenes, which are mood elevators. It's like sunshine in a bottle. This will just help keep you in a cheery mood. It's also associated with abundance. So manifesting good things, whether it's financial or just happy thoughts, being more aligned and synchronistic and open to the prosperous nature of the universe. This helps get you in a frequency of abundance and prosperity and more than enough for anything you want and need kind of mentality. Peppermint is just an overall mood elevator. It pulls the heart up by its bootstraps, so to speak, and really helps to energize. It increases oxygen 20% by just inhaling alone. It's really remarkable that way. If you are experiencing any seasonal issues, I know I've mentioned here where I live, the pollen levels are super high, and peppermint is one of my favorites for curbing some of that response to the pollen. Peppermint, when I say take peppermint, I'm meaning in all 3 ways: putting it in the diffusers, taking it topically. I like putting it right on my lungs, front and back, to help with breathing, doing the huffing like I mentioned, and also taking it internally will really help to clear congestion on a different level. And Slim and Sassy is very good at clearing congestion too, partially because it's got lemon and peppermint, ginger, cinnamon, and grapefruit in it. But anyway, of the oils I mentioned, just to recap, the oils that you can take internally are frankincense, DDR Prime, and Slim and Sassy, and peppermint, and wild orange. And then the only one in the lineup that is just topical and aromatic is Peace. So all the other ones can be used all 3 ways. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you are so called, I have put a link for how to make a donation to the continuation of this YouTube video in the description below this video. For those of you that have sent support, I really appreciate it. It has been a big commitment to do these videos like I've been doing, and that support has meant the world to me. So very much appreciated. Happy Easter. Enjoy these energies, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.